The studio lights burned like spotlights on a stage of judgment, and Axton Thompson, the picture-perfect Mormon husband from Salt Lake City, felt his heart pounding as the host leaned in with that scripted smile. "So, Axton, tell us how you've overcome your same-sex attractions to build this beautiful family," the host said, gesturing to Axton's wife, Sarah, sitting beside him on the set of My Husband Is Not Gay. But in that split-second decision, Axton's voice cracked the facade. "I can't do this anymore. I'm gay," he announced to the live national audience, watching Sarah's face drain of color as the cameras captured every raw, irreversible moment. The aftermath hit like a freight train. Phones exploded with notifications, family texts demanding explanations, church elders calling for repentance, and social media erupting in a storm of support and vitriol. Axton had planned this for months in secret, but nothing prepared him for the immediate fallout. Sarah storming off set, tears streaming, whispering, "How could you?" as producers scrambled to cut to commercial. Back home that night, the house felt like a war zone. Sarah packed a bag in silence, her hands shaking as she folded clothes for their 2 kids, Emma and Jake, who were oblivious, playing in the next room. "You've ruined us, Axton," she said, her voice a mix of betrayal and exhaustion. "The church are friends. They'll shun us all." Axton stood in the doorway, his confession hanging heavy in the air, knowing this was the price of his truth. He'd spent years suppressing his feelings, marrying young at 22 as expected in their tight-knit community, building a life that looked flawless from the outside. A steady job as a high school teacher, weekend barbecues with neighbors, and Sunday services where he led youth groups. But the cracks had started years ago. In college, Axton met Ryan, a fellow student with a laugh that lit up rooms and eyes that saw through Axton's defenses. They'd shared late-night study sessions that turned into confessions, stolen kisses in empty dorms, but Axton pulled away, terrified of what it meant. "This isn't me," he'd told Ryan, choosing the path his family laid out. Missionary work, temple marriage, the whole script. Ryan had vanished from his life, a ghost of what could have been. Now, at 32, the weight of that choice crushed him. Therapy sessions in secret had peeled back layers. The internalized shame from sermons calling homosexuality a sin, the pressure from his parents to be the golden child. His father, a bishop in their ward, had always boasted about Axton's righteous family. Coming out on TV wasn't just personal. It was a public detonation, challenging the very foundations of their world. The next morning, Axton's phone rang, his father. "Son, what have you done?" The disappointment in his voice was sharper than anger. "You've not only hurt Sarah and the kids, but you've embarrassed the entire family. The church is talking excommunication." Axton defended himself, words tumbling out. "Dad, I've been living a lie. I love Sarah as a friend, but I can't pretend anymore." The call ended with a heavy silence, his father's parting words, "Pray for guidance, Axton. This isn't God's plan." At work, whispers followed him down the halls. Colleagues avoided eye contact. Parents emailed the principal demanding his removal, citing moral concerns. One message stood out: "How can we trust you with our children?" Axton's stomach twisted. Teaching history had been his passion, connecting with kids who felt like outsiders. Now he was the outsider. Sarah filed for divorce that week, custody battles looming. "I supported you through everything," she said in their lawyer's office, her eyes red-rimmed. "But this? On national TV? You humiliated me." Axton nodded, guilt gnawing at him. He tried to tell her privately, but fear held him back. Fear of losing the kids, of being alone. Now he faced it all. Amid the chaos, a message pinged on his phone from an unknown number. "Saw the show. Proud of you, Ryan." Axton's heart skipped. After all these years, he replied tentatively, and soon they were talking, old sparks flickering. But Ryan lived in New York now, openly gay, successful in marketing. "Why now, Axton?" Ryan asked. "Because I couldn't breathe anymore," Axton admitted. As the days blurred, Axton attended his first support group for LGBTQ Mormons. Stories echoed his own. Marriages dissolved, families fractured, but also glimmers of hope. One man shared how he'd rebuilt, finding love authentically. Axton left feeling a spark of possibility, but the cost loomed large. His kids' confusion hit hardest. Emma, 8, asked, "Daddy, why is Mommy sad?" Jake, 5, clung to him more. Axton explained gently. Sometimes grown-ups realize things about themselves that change everything. But inside, doubt raged. Was his truth worth their pain? The media frenzy intensified. Interviews requests poured in, some sympathetic, others accusatory. A conservative talk show host labeled him a deceiver, fueling online hate. Axton's social media filled with threats, forcing him to go private. Yet, amid the noise, messages of support trickled in. Young people saying his courage gave them hope. By the end of the first month, Axton had lost his job, his home in limbo, his faith community turning away. But in quiet moments, he felt a strange freedom, like shedding a skin that never fit. The journey ahead was uncertain, but for the first time, he was walking it as himself. Ryan's voice on the phone was a lifeline in the storm. "Come to New York, Axton. Get away from it all." The invitation hung there, tempting, but Axton hesitated. Salt Lake City was his world, fractured as it was. Leaving meant abandoning the fight for custody, facing his family's wrath head-on. "I can't just run," he said. "The kids need me here." Sarah's lawyer pushed for full custody, painting Axton as unstable. "Your public coming out shows poor judgment," the papers read. In court, Axton sat rigid, listening to character witnesses, former church friends testifying to his deviant choices. His own lawyer countered with therapists' reports. Mr. Thompson is seeking authenticity, not harm. But the judge's stern gaze made Axton question everything. Was coming out selfish? His parents invited him to dinner, a tense affair. Mother set the table with his favorite roast, but the air was thick with unspoken words. "We love you, son," his father said. "But this path leads to misery. Repent, and we can fix this." Axton pushed back. "Fix what? Who I am?" His mother cried, "Think of the eternal family. Without the temple, we're separated forever." Mormon doctrine weighed heavy, the belief in celestial kingdoms, where only sealed families endured. Axton's choice threatened that bond. He left feeling hollow, driving aimlessly until he ended up at a park where he and Ryan once picnicked in college. Memories flooded. Laughter over cheap sandwiches, hands brushing accidentally on purpose. Ryan had been his first real connection, but Axton chose safety over love. Now regret burned. A call from the school board sealed his fate. Termination effective immediately. Community standards, they cited. Jobless, Axton applied for teaching positions elsewhere, but background checks revealed the scandal. Rejections piled up. Bills loomed, forcing him to dip into savings meant for the kids' college. Support group became his anchor. There, he met Mark, a divorced father in his 40s who'd navigated similar waters. "The pain fades," Mark said, "but you have to fight for your kids." Inspired, Axton volunteered at a local LGBTQ center counseling youth. One teen, closeted and suicidal, reminded him of his younger self. "Your story saved me," the boy said. For a moment, the cost felt justified. Ryan visited, flying in unannounced. They met at a coffee shop, nerves electric. Ryan looked the same, confident, warm. "You've changed," Ryan said, eyes searching. "Braver." They talked for hours, bridging lost years. Ryan shared his life. A partner who'd left, career highs, advocacy work. "I never stopped thinking about you," he admitted. Axton's heart ached. "Me too." But reality intruded. Sarah discovered the visit, accusing Axton of prioritizing his new life over the family. "You're confusing the kids," she yelled during a heated exchange. Emma overheard, asking later, "Is Uncle Ryan your boyfriend, Daddy?" Axton stumbled. "He's an old friend." The lie tasted bitter. He vowed no more deceptions. Church disciplinary council summoned him. Facing elders, Axton defended his soul. "God made me this way. Love isn't sin." They excommunicated him, stripping temple privileges. Walking out, he felt loss but also liberation, no more pretending. Media offered a platform, an interview on a progressive network. Axton spoke candidly. I hurt people I love, but living authentically is my only path forward. Backlash ensued. Protests at his apartment. Anonymous letters calling him an abomination. Security concerns forced a move to a smaller place. Ryan extended the invitation again. Start fresh here. Tempted, Axton considered it, but custody hearing approached. His lawyer warned, relocating could hurt your case. Torn, Axton weighed love against fatherhood. In a quiet moment, he wrote letters to his kids for the future. I hope you understand I did this for us. To be an honest dad. Tears blurred the ink. The price of truth mounted, but retreat wasn't an option. As tensions peaked, Sarah proposed mediation. For the kids' sake, she said. They met neutrally, emotions raw. I forgive you, Sarah whispered. But trust is gone. Axton nodded, signing shared custody preliminarily. Relief washed over him, but scars remained. Ryan called, I'm proud of you. Their connection deepened through daily talks, a budding romance amid ruins. Yet, society's judgment lingered. Friends ghosted, relatives distanced. Axton's journey was far from over, the high cost of awakening just beginning. Custody settled uneasily, with Axton getting weekends. Picking up Emma and Jake for the first time post-divorce felt surreal. Daddy's new home, he cheered, masking anxiety. The apartment was sparse, but he filled it with their drawings. Over ice cream, Emma asked, why can't we all live together? Axton explained, sometimes love changes shape. Jake nodded solemnly, too young to grasp the depth. Work prospects dimmed in Utah. Axton expanded his search nationwide, landing interviews in liberal cities. One in Seattle stood out, a progressive school seeking diverse educators. Your story inspires us, the principal said. Hope flickered. Ryan's pull grew stronger. Video calls turned intimate, sharing dreams deferred. I want to build something real, Ryan said. Axton confessed fears. What if I drag you into my mess? Ryan reassured. We're adults. Let's try. Family reunion loomed, his sister's wedding. Attending meant facing the clan. His father pulled him aside. Don't cause a scene. But whispers circulated. Poor Sarah. Axton's phase. During toasts, an uncle joked about traditional marriage. Eyes on Axton. He bit his tongue, but inside, rage simmered. Later, confronting his father, this isn't a phase. It's me. The argument escalated. You've chosen sin over family. His father stormed off. Driving home, Axton called Ryan, voice breaking. I feel so alone. Ryan, you're not. Come to me. The decision crystallized. Apply for relocation in custody agreement. Sarah opposed vehemently. Uprooting the kids for your boyfriend? In court, emotions flared. Axton argued. Better opportunities, a fresh start. The judge granted partial approval. Kids could visit extended periods, but primary residence with Sarah. Packing for Seattle, Axton felt mixed. Excitement tinged with guilt. Saying goodbye to kids crushed him. Emma's tears, Jake's hug. I'll see you soon, he promised. In Seattle, Ryan greeted him at the airport. Embrace warm. Their first kiss in years felt like homecoming. Settling in, Axton started teaching, students engaging with his honesty. Mr. Thompson, you're brave, one said. But shadows followed. Media dug up old footage, sparking renewed debate. A conservative group protested the school. No gay agenda in classrooms. Petitions circulated, pressuring the board. Axton defended in meetings. I teach history, not ideology. Support from colleagues bolstered him, but stress mounted. Ryan's world opened doors. Pride events, queer friends. Axton attended his first parade. Colors vibrant, acceptance palpable. Yet, internalized shame resurfaced, flashbacks to sermons. Therapy helped unpack. You've paid dearly, the counselor said. Now live. Family ties strained further. Mother called sporadically, conversations awkward. "We miss you," she said. Axton, "I miss you too, but conditionally?" Silence. Kids visited for summer. Exploring Seattle, bonds strengthened. Emma confided, "Some kids at school say bad things about you." Axton hugged her. "Truth hurts sometimes, but it's worth it." Jake adapted quickly, calling Ryan Uncle Ree. Sarah's new boyfriend entered the picture, a church member. Axton felt jealousy, not for her but the stability. During a call, "He's good for us." Axton swallowed pride. "I'm glad." A betrayal hit hard. His former best friend, church buddy, leaked private emails to media, twisting words to portray Axton as predatory. Headlines screamed, "Gay teacher's dark secrets." Ryan stood by. "Fight back." Axton sued for defamation, winning a small settlement, but reputation tarnished. In quiet nights, doubts crept. Was the pain worth it? Ryan's love anchored him, but sacrifices accumulated. Lost faith, fractured family, career hurdles. As school year ended, Axton reflected on growth. Students' essays praised his resilience. One wrote, "You showed me it's okay to be me." Purpose emerged from ashes. Yet, high-profile interview request came. "Revisit my husband is not gay," producers for follow-up. Axton agreed, ready to confront past. On set, he spoke truth. "I regret hurting others, but not my authenticity." Sarah appeared virtually, forgiving publicly. Moment of closure. Back with Ryan, they discussed future. Commitment, perhaps marriage. Axton hesitated. "After what I did to Sarah?" Ryan, "Learn from it." The journey's toll visible, lines etched deeper, but eyes brighter. Freedom's price steep, but paid willingly. Seattle's rhythm suited Axton, but echoes of Utah persisted. A surprise visit from his parents tested waters. "We want to understand," his mother said at dinner. Father remained guarded. "The church teaches." Axton interrupted. "Love is love, Dad." Tense debates followed, but a crack appeared. His father admitted, "I don't want to lose you." Small victory, but reconciliation slow. Career stabilized. Axton mentored LGBTQ students, creating safe spaces. Recognition came, an award for inclusive education. Yet backlash lingered, online trolls, occasional threats. Ryan worried, "Be careful." Axton shrugged, "Can't hide anymore." Kids' visits brought joy but challenges. Emma struggled with peers' taunts. "Your dad's gay." Axton coached her, "Proudly own our family." Jake thrived, innocent. Sarah's cooperation improved, co-parenting amicably. Ryan proposed a trip, New York pride, full circle. There, amid crowds, Axton felt belonging. Meeting Ryan's friends, stories shared. One said, "Your TV moment sparked change." Inspired, Axton blogged his journey, gaining followers. But a crisis struck. Jake fell ill, hospitalized in Utah. Axton flew back immediately. At bedside, Sarah and he united. "He's strong," doctors said. Recovery slow, but ordeal bonded them. His father visited, praying for him. Axton appreciated bridging gaps. During downtime, Axton reflected on moral quandaries. Was deceiving Sarah ethical? The church's pressure? Society's role? Answers elusive, but growth evident. Back in Seattle, Ryan confessed doubts. "Your past haunts us." Axton reassured, "We're building new." Their relationship deepened, navigating jealousy. Ryan's ex reappeared, friendly. Axton trusted, but insecurities flared. Professional betrayal. A colleague outed as homophobic, leaked student complaints. Fabricated. Investigation cleared Axton, but damage done. Parents withdrew kids. Board supported, but Axton questioned staying. Family breakthrough. Sister invited him to Thanksgiving, stipulating no politics. He attended with Ryan. Introductions awkward. Uncle's jab. "So, this is the boyfriend?" Axton stood firm. "Partner." Father intervened. "Enough." Progress. Kids adapted. Emma joined GSA at school, advocating. Like you, Dad. Pride swelled. Media opportunity. Documentary on ex-gay programs, featuring Axton. He exposed harms. Suppression leading to depression. Airing sparked debates. Lawsuits threatened. Axton stood ground. Truth matters. Personal toll. Therapy revealed PTSD from coming out. Nightmares of judgment. Ryan supported. We're in this. As winter set, Axton and Ryan committed privately. Rings exchanged. Forever, Ryan said. Axton. Honestly. Yet, society's divide widened. New laws targeting LGBTQ rights. Axton protested. Voice amplified. Arrested briefly for civil disobedience, headlines again. Family worried. Reckless. But conviction grew. Reflection. Choices ripples. Hurt healed slowly. But authenticity's reward immense. The price? Relationships mended piecemeal. Career resilient. Self-whole. The documentary's release ignited firestorms. Praise from allies. Condemnation from conservatives. Axton's inbox flooded. Death threats mixed with thanks. Security heightened. Life disrupted. Ryan urged caution. We have a future. Axton nodded, but activism called. Custody revisited. Sarah petitioned for restrictions, citing unstable lifestyle. Court battle ensued. Witnesses, therapists affirming Axton's parenting. Judge ruled in favor. Orientation irrelevant. Victory bittersweet. Kids confused by drama. Family dynamics shifted. Mother visited Seattle alone. I see your happiness. Tears shared. Understanding dawned. Father emailed apologies. Learning. Slow thaw. Professional accolade. Speaking at conferences on LGBTQ education. Impact grew, but exhaustion mounted. Burnout loomed. Ryan's promotion offered stability, but required move to Chicago. Axton faced dilemma. Uproot again? Kids input. Emma excited, Jake hesitant. Decision yes for growth. In Chicago, new chapter. Axton taught at university, lecturing on social history. Students challenged him. Was your coming out moral? Debates enriched. Old wounds reopened. Ryan's ex proposed friendship, but intentions ulterior. Jealousy tested. Argument erupted. Trust me, Ryan pleaded. Axton. After my betrayals? Reconciliation strengthened bonds. Kids' teen years approached. Emma came out as bi. Thanks to you. Axton supported, but feared her pain. Jake questioned faith. Church wrong about you? Honest talks ensued. Society's backlash intensified. Anti-gay bills. Axton lobbied, testifying. Personal stories matter. Media portrayed him hero/villain. Personal crisis. Health scare. Stress-induced. Hospitalized. Ryan by side. Reflection. Worth it. Affirmative. Family reunion. Full acceptance. Father. Proud. Healing complete. Activism peaked. Book deal on journey. Writing cathartic, exposing vulnerabilities. Relationship milestone. Marriage proposal public. Ryan knelt at Pride event. Marry me? Yes, amid cheers. Wedding planning. Inclusive. Blending past/present. Sarah attended, kids' roles. Unity symbolized. Yet, doubts lingered, moral trade-offs. Hurt caused. Lives altered. As vows exchanged, Axton felt closure. But journey ongoing, advocacy, family, love. The wedding was a beacon in Chicago's summer light. Friends and family gathered in a garden venue that symbolized renewal. Sarah stood as a witness, her smile genuine after years of healing. Emma walked Axton down the aisle. Jake carried rings with pride. His parents, front row, his father dabbing eyes. A far cry from the man who'd once seen this as sin. Vows exchanged, Axton promised Ryan. Through every storm, I'll choose us. The kiss sealed it. Applause echoing the hard-won joy. Post-honeymoon, life normalized. Axton's book hit shelves. Out of Shadows. Detailing the raw path from suppression to freedom. Reviews mixed, empowering for some, controversial for others. Tours followed, sharing stages with activists. One Q&A stuck. A young man asked, "How do you forgive yourself for the hurt?" Axton paused. "By making it mean something, helping others avoid my mistakes." Career flourished at the university, where he developed courses on LGBTQ history. Students' projects inspired him, mirroring his awakening. But challenges persisted. A tenure review tainted by bias, whispers of agenda pushing. Axton fought, evidence in hand, securing his position. The win reinforced, persistence pays. Family bonds solidified. Holidays alternated between Utah and Chicago, traditions blended. His father joined a PFLAG group, advocating quietly. "You taught me," he admitted over coffee. Mother baked for Pride bake sales. Siblings' kids called Axton and Ryan uncles. Normalcy achieved. Kids thrived. Emma, now teen, led her school's diversity club. "Your story's my fuel," she said. Jake explored identities openly, unburdened. Co-parenting with Sarah evolved into friendship. Her remarriage brought stability, no resentment. Yet, society's undercurrents tugged. Rising political tensions, bans on books, attacks on rights, pulled Axton back to activism. He testified in D.C., voice steady, denying love denies humanity. Threats escalated, forcing bodyguards for events. Ryan worried, "We've built this. Don't risk it." Axton, "For our kids' future, I must." A betrayal resurfaced. Old church friend published a tell-all, accusing Axton of manipulation. Lawsuit followed, truth prevailing in court. Vindication, but scars reopened. Therapy continued. "You've paid enough," counselor said. Axton internalized balance key. Personal growth. Axton volunteered at shelters for LGBTQ youth, stories echoing his. One runaway reminded him of potential lost paths. "You can rebuild," he told them. Ryan's career soared, partnership thriving. They adopted a dog, symbolizing family expansion. Discussions of kids arose. "Ready, Axton?" "With you, yes." Surrogacy explored, dreams manifesting. Reflection evenings. Axton journaled costs. Broken marriage, lost faith, public scrutiny. Against gains. Authentic love, mended relations, societal impact. The scale tipped positive, but questions lingered. As years passed, Axton looked back on that TV moment. Catalyst of chaos, but also liberation. Legacy built, inspiring countless to live truthfully. In the end, was coming out the right choice, despite the devastation it wrought on those he loved?